Good afternoon. I hope you're having a good weekend. Last night was the much anticipated evening of the Elroy party here in Dubai, which of course I was the one person who didn't go. I hope you had a good enough time for the both of us. I was looking forward to going, but as I have a tendency to do last minute, I decided against it. So, anyway, there'll be another party another night. And it is cool to see that more of these international festivals and concerts are coming to Dubai. I think that's really cool. And I am looking forward to seeing more and more coming here. I did just spend 2 hours in the gym filming content, and only to realize at the end that the microphone was off the entire time. So that's wonderful. It did give me a chance to think about the world of content that we're living in these days. I think the world used to be more of art versus commerce, but that shifted more towards a content versus context mentality. And I think it used to be that artists were fighting to produce new material and to say new things in a world that was largely prioritizing making money. And nowadays, it seems to me that the battle is producing valuable content in a world that is prioritizing quantities of content. So I think now the idea is content versus context. And so here's the test. Who's the first content creator that you think of? Now think of another. And another. And now ask yourself, is that person's content genuinely unique and valuable for my life? Does it speak to me, enrich my life? Does it make me feel connected to a bigger world where I might have felt isolated otherwise? Because I think that's what art used to be, right? I think art's what, at least the point of art was, is to convey these special meanings to people. But largely I believe that the content nowadays is really just people producing such a constant stream of content that they become an omnipresent being in your life. When you open Instagram or YouTube, whatever your preferred platform is, there he or she is, likely spitting out the same formulaic spew that got them famous in the first place. It's like a content cycle, you know? So am I hating on content creators? Not in the least. Hell, I'm a consumer just like you. What I am saying though is that I'm making a conscious effort to support content that enriches me, and not just support content for the sake of content. I'm trying to be selective in what I watch and how much of it I watch before realizing maybe it's not as valuable for me as I would like it to be. And I think I just gave you the green light to turn me off, but it's okay, because I'm making these videos more for me than not necessarily just for you, but I'm doing them to also formulate and cement my own beliefs, my own stances in life. It's good to kind of see where I am, for example, going astray, or maybe doing something that I don't like, or seeing something I don't like, and then having this platform to come and archive my own thoughts and feelings about the world as I'm experiencing it. And I think that we need to start drawing a line. It's become apparent to me that most creators are producing something simply to align with some digital algorithm that will promote their stuff
to the same eyes over and over and over again. And that's obviously to keep people on that platform for longer. What if the content that you're watching is shit? Or what if the information is wrong or misleading or maybe even unhealthy for you? Does the platform really care? I mean, of course not. We know that. And I'm not trying to take this into a political direction because I think that we're all grown and smart enough to understand what's going on in that world. And if not, then I'm not the go-to voice for that world anyway. What I would like to do is, I think that I am more qualified to discuss the fucking absurd amount of misinformation and useless content that's out there right now on social media. And there's three things that I see often. Number one, I see information that's been taken completely out of context in order to provide a clickbait title. Number two, I see content which is controversial for the sake of controversy and clicks. And I'm looking at you, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and others like you, just saying something that's opposite or different than what other people are saying or thinking simply to be different and get clicks. I see that a lot. It's annoying, and hopefully we're all kind of getting more awakened to these type of content creators. And the third is content that makes me cringe and question the sanity of our species. And I'm going to start dedicating shows to individual topics that piss me off the most. Because now apparently eggs and smoothies are unhealthy. More on that on a later episode. Today I want to talk directly to personal trainers who are falling into the post for post's sake cycle. I understand how difficult the personal trainer life is. You're juggling so many responsibilities, and adding social media manager to that list is not easy. And I understand that new and exciting looking exercises get engagement, and they make you look like you know something that other people don't. But please, I'm humbly asking you that you need to fully understand an exercise before just posting it. Exercise selection isn't copy and pasting. So often I'm seeing trainers post their clients doing an exercise, and they're performing it maybe incorrectly, or at the very least, missing the point of it. And I see that a lot. And I could nerd out and be real petty and share the videos I'm referring to, but I'd rather not. Unfortunately, I have or do or maybe at some point worked with some people that I'm seeing doing this. And I don't want to put anyone on blast, because I do understand everybody has the best intentions, and I'm not trying to say that I am better than anybody, but I am trying to say that I like to think that I'm coming at it from a different angle. And what I am going to do is ask that you, again, please, fellow trainers out there, put in the time to understand exercise science before posting exercises just for the sake of it. If your client is doing a medicine ball slam and you're cueing them to keep their head up, I'm going to assume you don't understand the point of that exercise. If your client is doing agility drills for a minute or even longer, I'm going to assume you don't understand the point of that exercise. And I could go on and on, but without going much further into the specifics, I'll wrap it up with this. If your experience is in bodybuilding, great. If you come from a sport performance background like me, wonderful. If you're a lifelong Pilates practitioner and teacher, grand. If you come from a powerlifting world where more is always better, that's really cool. But understand that each of these realms of fitness have different training protocols and exercise selection to optimize very specific goals. I'm not trying to box anyone into one specific field of fitness. What I am suggesting is that as professionals, we dedicate real time to understanding the variations of whatever field we're interested in coaching. Exercise science is not simply selecting exercises we saw on Instagram and copying them. It is understanding the who, what, when, and where, and why of each exercise. Does that mean that I understand every exercise? Not at all. Does it mean that I have a deep appreciation for the field and am aware of the importance of understanding and prioritizing the context of an exercise rather than just blindly sharing this content? I would like to think so. So like I said, I'll go over some of these points more in the future videos, but that's more than enough for now. Thanks for joining me today. We'll catch up again soon. Until next time. Bye.